what's going on? I'm actually just wanting to post a video today in terms of, ooh, I'm all naughty. I just got back from taking a nice little walk. I wanted to, it's actually perfect timing. I got back to my car. I'm hanging with the sun. I'm so excited. So I just wanted to come at you guys with the video, basically just wishing all the moms out there a very, very happy Mother's Day. And, you know, I was thinking about moms all day today in terms of different types, and you know, and it's like, it's such a blessing to be like, to be a woman, but also to be a mother is amazing. And I was just thinking, I'm like, you know, not only are we thinking about the moms who are here on this earth, but also the ones that passed on. But there are those moms that, for instance, you know, have, I want to say, abandoned their kids too, you know. There are those moms that just kind of, you know, they decide, you know, there's just like so many different types of moms. There's moms that that have attempted to be moms in their life and just weren't able to get that chance in terms of having a child, you know, slip between the cracks type of thing. I don't mean to put that lightly, but like, you know, that's what I'm trying to say is, like, you know, you lose a child in a sense, as you're carrying them, then you have, you know, then some people are even, you know, that could be their first child and their last, or it could be one that was like midway in between children, which is in between like having children already. So there's just like so many different types of scenarios. There's also, you know, today I watched on Super Soul Sunday, I watched Maya Angelou she was a mom to Oprah, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? And it was just, and it's funny because it's like, they're not actually mother and daughter, but they just have that relationship. And, you know, to that type of, you know, scenario, you want to acknowledge those people too, because, you know, it's amazing. And God bless Maya Angelou, because like, I actually I didn't know too much about her life, but then she got into it and I was like, wow, it's just really amazing. Like, I can totally, like, in some ways I can definitely, like, I can understand her, put it that way. I can understand what she's been through, but I don't actually know, because I don't have that much of a parallel, you know, life to hers. But, so basically, I just wanted to acknowledge all the moms, you know, and even the ones that, you know, have abandoned their kids. Like, you know, a lot of us think that we don't understand. Like, I used to be a person too that's like, I don't fucking understand how that even happens, because actually it's funny, it's happened in my life's case, where I've seen one mother, you know, I've experienced so much love for my own mom, but then like my older brothers, you know, were having a different experience, because, you know, they ended up having my father for a little bit as a single father, right? So it's just like, it's crazy, like all of what we're going through, even though we're so connected. And the thing is, I just think that we have to be very compassionate, right? Because it's just really interesting in terms of, you know, when you're looking at yourself, right? When you're taking yourself into consideration, only you, it's crazy, because even you as a person are discovering and rediscovering yourself every day, right? You just like, you don't know you don't know what lies deep down within you. Like, sometimes it's suppressed shit, sometimes it's shit that like it's come so common to you that you don't even realize that you're actually doing it, right? So it's just so interesting, all of the it's so interesting, all of the types of, you know, what am I trying to say? It's interesting how we're all very deep as people, right? And we don't know what's going on within us, right? All the way down, we have no idea. Sometimes we don't even go below the surface level, you know, in an entire lifetime, which is so fucking crazy. So to me, and that's where I healthfully judge, right? So it's like, and I'm not even judging, it's just one of those things that I wish I could spread the word that, like, if you just go a little bit deeper under the surface, you could be so much more happier. And there's nothing scary there. It's literally all love. All of it is love. It's just that you have some aspects of yourself get more exposure to love, some aspects get less. So it's just very interesting how it all works out. But so I just wanted to say, I just wanted to say happy Mother's Day to everybody. I'm not judging anybody anymore in terms of that type of scenario. And also, there was a message that I wanted to kind of express also in terms of, in terms of just being able to be courageous in your caring. And that's actually that's my message. So that's basically what it is, because I was thinking about it today and I was like, if I had to tell the world something, today, that would be it. And that's so linked to our feminine and our mother's aspect of ourselves. And it's just really interesting, because Maya Angelou was talking about it, and she said, I don't know if I'm going to repeat it back verbatim, but she said something along the lines of, courageous is one of the most important, to be courageous, it's one of the most important virtues, and without that one virtue, you cannot be not dominant, but you can't be disciplined in other virtues, right? And it's so amazing, because to be courageous, it's so funny, because I feel the more and more I'm growing, the more and more like spiritual growing, and obviously regular growing, I'm growing every day, right? It's so interesting to me, because I see so many people that are not like me, and not that I'm saying that I'm any better, even though sometimes it comes off that way, and I'm gonna damn sure make a video about that too, because that came to me too. But the thing is, even though it comes off that I am better, it's not that I'm better, it's just that I may seem better because I'm working on myself, and that's all that it is. But the whole thing is, it takes courage to do that. It takes courage to get to know yourself, and you have to give a shit. You have to care. Like, some people are just like, they ignore themselves on a daily basis. They ignore what they do, and they're just like, they're so outwards, right? But the funny thing is, it's like, I am a very courageous person, and I don't know if that's because it was kind of like handed over to me through my parents, because I see them as courageous in many ways. But it's also the fact that I feel that meditation has given me such courage, because I was actually watching this documentary yesterday, and it's a really awesome documentary. It's called On Meditation. So if you have Netflix, watch it. It made me like, it touched my soul, because it's something that comes so easy to me, and that I've made such a disciplined habit out of myself, that with that comes such spiritual growth, and then you change, like you fucking, and when, depending on how open you are to change, it becomes very radical for some people, and I'm a radical changer. Like, I just fucking switch, like, because I have no resistance to it, right? So it's just, and because because I'm so open to a better way of life, like, I know what I have now, right here, right now, and I'm very grateful for all of it, and I acknowledge all that I can. I even say that if I don't, I even pray to God that I say that if I don't acknowledge something, like, just know that I'm grateful for it, right? It's just one of those things, like, there's so much to be grateful for, that sometimes things do slip through the cracks, and you're not grateful for them, and then it's just like you don't want to go to bed letting God know that you're not grateful for it. I don't know, whatever. So my whole thing is, I just make sure to tell him that all the time. I'm like, even the seen and unseen, like, I'm grateful for it all. Like, I'm grateful for all of the effort that my angels are putting in behind the scenes that I don't even know of, but creating these miracles for me that, like, will allow me to really be my authentic self in this life and reach my highest potential as a human being. So it's just very interesting, and I've been seeing, like, this courageous theme, like in and out of my life, not in and out of my life, but like more so like in my life lately, where I just feel that, you know, even with dating, for instance, like something so simple, like it's everywhere, but it's nowhere, like lately. It's crazy. Like it's one of those things where, you know, to come on social media, that's even courageous, right? And that's awesome, and that's great. I love that. But then there are those that are courageous enough to speak their truth in a wise way, but then there's also the ones that, you know, use social media in terms of not using it in a positive way. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's less courageous. So it's like that yin and yang in life is so crazy. And not only that, but, you know, I've been seeing it through dating. I'm like, it's so interesting. Like, there's so many guys, right? And not that I'm saying anything, but there's many guys that, you know, throughout my day when I'm out, they're checking me out, But can I just tell you, and I don't know whether it's like, and I'm not saying like I'm giving off anything or whatever. I mean, it could be that, whatever. But like, the thing is, I just feel, but not even so, okay, let me just finish my story. So the thing is, it's like so many guys would be walking next to me, and you could feel that they're checking me out, and you could see that they're checking me out in different scenarios. I gotta turn the heat down. Holy shit, it's hot. I got my Josh Groban going on in the background. Love him. So he, what was I gonna say? So the long story short is that there's so many guys that I've been sensing lately, such good guys too. Like this is separate from the fact of the being courageous when you're out and trying to, like, you know, check somebody out. It's a separate topic. But like what I'm trying to say is like there's separate topic from that. There's so many guys that I know that I absolutely love because they're such good-hearted guys, right? And they in themselves too don't even realize, like, they're not being courageous enough in their own lives as of late. And I feel like that's who they are. That's who they were in the first place. It's like roles were reversed, but yet we all get to be courageous. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's funny because it's like I feel like back like I don't know in the I was gonna say the barbaric age, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, we still got those around. We still got those people around. We can't forget about them. But what was I gonna say? So back like whatever, the hunters and gatherers, right? When we were all hunters and gatherers in a sense, it's just like I feel like the guys were courageous enough to go out and go hunting, right? And they got what they wanted, right? They got exactly what they wanted. They whatever. But like nowadays, it's like, and the women would stay back, right? So like stay back, they would cook or whatever. So they didn't really need to be that courageous. But it's just so funny how the roles are now reversing in terms of, you know, the women are more like empowered and the guys are like just there, like I feel. And I'm not trying to generalize it. I'm just saying that the guys that I feel that have been around me, the good-hearted ones, they're just like a little bit more timid than I feel that a guy should be, if I'm expressing it the right way. But the whole thing is, you know, roles are reversing, but at the same time, we get to have like a balance in our lives, right? So we forget that if I'm a girl, or whatever the fuck you feel like you are on the inside, you are allowed to be that opposite sex, right? You are allowed. That's why we're having so many bitches come out and like, you know, being a bitch to like whatever, like to try to open a company or this and that, or you know, we're having guys or you know, and guys, for instance, like they're allowed, and what I'm giving permission to right now is the guys being allowed to be more in touch with their feminine side. So that's what I'm saying. In a sense, it's very good that the guys are not that like, you know, like courageous, but at the same time, because it shows that they're more balanced out. That's what I meant to say. But at the same time, and it's like, don't stop being courageous. Because the thing is, I find myself being courageous because I give a shit. I care. So it's like, I'm going to go fucking do that. You know, sometimes I get scared, obviously. And then you're just like, you know, like you're like, put the brakes on. But the thing is, it's like, no matter what, if you care enough, you know, to make a fucking superb change in your life, you must make the move. You must come out of your shell. You must bust through the scary aspect of yourself and just fucking do it, you know? It really does come to, you know, being all about divine timing also. So, like, I fully trust in that. So, like, I don't think that you should go against the grain in a sense of if your gut is telling you to just sit still, you know, then sit still. You do need to listen to that. That's absolutely the truth. But when your gut is saying fucking do something, like it's pushing you and you're putting on the restraints, that's a different story. You got to stop that shit and you got to just let it go. You know what I'm saying? So when you feel that, the way that I deal with it sometimes is I just say, you know what? I let that go because I know what I want on the other side. And I know that on the other side is exactly what I'm searching for, but not even searching for, what I've envisioned for myself, right? So sometimes you just have to fucking bust through whatever, and it's not even a wall. It's literally like we picture it being a wall in our heads of some sort, like some sort of resistance. It could be literally a fucking curtain that you just like unveil. You're just like, yes, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go through this, or like crossing over a threshold, or so. It's not even anything that is physical. It's just that you need to just, you know, even if you have to like pull the curtain to the side and be like, okay, I see the curtain. It's kind of shielding me off from here. Let's just do it. It's like, fuck it. Just move the curtain over. You just like when you're driving, right? And somebody's going not your speed limit and you're just trying to get somewhere, right? So what are you going to do? You're trying to get there faster, right? You're not trying to get there slower. So you move over and you don't wait for the guy to fucking speed up. You just move yourself over because you know you need to be, you know, either at a certain place at a certain time. You know, and you have no time to wait for fucking somebody else, right? So it's just one of those things that, that it comes down to, you know, be courageous enough to make the moves for yourself. If you don't sense yourself being happy in an aspect of yourself, you must meditate, because that's going within yourself. You sometimes have to ask yourself questions. Sometimes I don't ask myself questions. I just go within, and then things are just kind of like let out, or things just come to the surface, or, you know, and it's not even things. Sometimes you don't even feel anything, but yet you know that your angels worked on it, right? It's like you just go into meditation saying, I want this cleared out of my system. Thank you very much. And get into your meditation, which is nothing too difficult. People think it's so highly difficult. It's really not. It's like you're sitting there, you're just listening to your breathing. That's all. Just fucking sit. Just fucking sit. Turn off everything. Just don't be distracted by anything. Tell your children, Mom's gotta go upstairs. Don't bother me. That's it. Just fucking, and they'll listen. They will listen. I really believe that you're like, you know, or better yet, bring your kids with you. A lot of people think that you have to do it separately from everybody, but when you're actually doing meditation in a group setting, it's actually even more powerful. So don't stop yourself from fucking bringing your kids in and being like, we're going to sit here right now and we're not going to talk at all. Like, it's quiet, you know, and make it a practice, make it a daily thing. It's only for 5 minutes, like before they go to school or something like that. It's not difficult at all, but it will make a huge impact on your happiness and on allowing you to resist less of, you know, the potential happiness that you can reach in your life, right? So that's basically all I wanted to come to. That's my Mother's Day message. And you know, as my Mother's Day message, I want you to be courageous enough to care, or care enough to be courageous. And yeah, vice versa, because it all works out. Have an awesome rest of the day, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.